Hello guys, Nick C here. This is my little crystal oscillator. Right now it's running on 7.2 megahertz. It is using the C1815 transistor, and I've got this 221 choke in line, and I also put in line another resistor. I'm not sure what it was. I think it's under 100 ohm. Just to get it to work with the setup here. That other crystal there is a 13.5 megahertz. Got a couple of those. Got a bunch of crystals. So anyway, what I want to show you here is this 10 LED bulb here. I know it doesn't look very bright because I'm looking right at it, but it's fairly, it's a beautiful night light. I keep it on all night in the living room here, and it works out pretty nicely. I wound a new L3. I don't know if you can see it here. Let me turn on this light in a second. Can't really see it, but anyway, it's a different one with a little thicker windings. I took the windings off of another coil I had, and I stuck them on there. And it works. It's not tuned or anything perfect. It certainly is not any tuned frequency. I just wound it and put it on there and tried my luck. These other little resistors in here are for I think they're 10Ks each, if I'm not mistaken, and they're for reducing the base current. This red and yellow lead here. Sorry about my sloppy workmanship. I'm just trying to see what works here first before trying to neaten things up. Been having a lot of problems with these things not firing up, and let me sit down again. But anyway, it's working here. It's hard to tell like this. Let me turn off the light for a second. You can get a little better view of what it does. It puts out a reasonable amount of light. The problem now is the transistor. I've got to get them power, like a stronger, higher voltage, higher amperage transistor. These little guys, I'm surprised they work at all. But anyway, so yeah, I mean that's basically it. I've got a, let's see, what was it, a 47 picofarad 100 volt cap onto the diodes there, onto the Dr. Stifler loop. It seems to brighten things up a little bit, just a little notch better. And then I've got a clip lead going off, just clipped onto a table over there. It doesn't work half as well without the clip lead, hate to say. But anyway, right now I've got it hooked up to 11.1 volts from this battery bank here. And let me move my chair one second. I've got this little new doohickey here from China. Don't know why it doesn't want to focus. There it goes. So right now it's on its lowest setting, and I'm just getting to know it myself. I've got it hooked up to this battery bank, and that's the lowest setting, is 11.1, because the batteries are putting out something like 11.4 or 11.6, something like that. And so that's as far as I could turn it down. I wanted to turn it down because I don't want to cook that transistor. I just fried another one because it came with the voltage all the way up, and like an idiot, I hooked it up and burned it out in half a second. Didn't even get the pleasure to see it light the light. But anyway, this is what I got going right now. One thing I wanted to show and tell is that Let me move my chair again. Sorry, I'm in a kind of a corner here. This thing is working capacitively. It's touching that coil, but it's, you know, I mean, I could put a piece of plastic between it. It would make no difference. I can actually lift it up off of the table. Now it's, you know, when I touch it, it dulls it, but as you can see, let me just find a way to handle it. You can see it'll actually light, if I can just get it right here. Now I'm about an inch or two away from the coil, and it's lighting. As you can see, it works, you know, capacitively. It doesn't have to be connected. It's not necessarily connected. Probably right in there is, you know, about the best that it can do. Again, I'm on the low setting here, and I can't honestly go much higher. You know, because I'll burn out this little transistor. So I can just leave it there like that, and it's going. So this thing right now, I'll show you the waveform here. Let me turn the scope on. Okay, there you go. It's running on a 7.2 crystal. It's running right now at 735. Throwing out about 26.5 volts. So you can see the signal's fairly clean. And so this little thingy from China, it took about, you know, a month and a half or something to get here, but it did get here, and it's working. So with this this little knob it's got right in here, oops, right, I can't, hang on. Right in here, it's got a little trim pot. So you turn that little screw, and that turns it up or down. What we need are one of these things with adjustable frequency. You know, I mean, this is great, but you know, the adjustable frequency would be super. Like I said, I'm just getting to know this thing. It's been like 10 minutes on, so I'm not, you know, all up on it. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that, a little close-up on it. It's all junk parts, you know, so, you know, don't be looking for all the details and stuff, but even junk parts work, and it's working. Now I just gotta jack up the voltage with some power transistors. I you know, originally had put on a 2SC5200, which was my catcher transistor. That's 250 volt. But it was dead. It was a brand new one, but I guess, you know, doing something with it before, I probably shorted it out or something, so it was dead, unfortunately. And I don't want to take the one off of my catcher circuit right now, so I have to look for another transistor. Yeah, I've been testing these little different components, see which one works and which ones don't, and you know how it all works out. It's a very, very tricky situation getting it all working and keeping it working. You can see the actual light when I come down before the camera dims it. You know, it's not bad. And at the lowest setting, you know. So I mean, this little doohickey here converter can go. I think it's 50 or 55 volts. The way it came, it had 42 something or other on it, and so I've got it all the way down. It's working, and I'm getting the capacitive effect, you know, from this also. So just wanted to show you that. See, it's working even without touching it. No big deal, but I mean, it's, you know, it's working. So anyway, that's it. Hope you guys are doing good, and we'll exchange some information, see where we can go with this. My idea is just to jack up the voltage and see just how much we can put out without frying these transistors and all that. It's a tricky little combination, but I think you need trim pots on both the base and the control circuit to control those voltages. And a capacitor, you know, variable capacitor would be nice also, of course. And then the main thing is you know, getting these L3s right to where you're not just guessing, you know, puts a bunch of wire on a tube and hope it works. Probably work, you know, but it won't line up and do what it's supposed to do. So far I see, yeah, nothing special here, you know. I mean, you know, any inverter will do the same thing, I believe. So, but it's still fun playing with all this stuff, and there's something to it, I'm sure. It's just a matter of getting it down. All right, well, I've talked enough. Have a good night or good day, whichever the case may be. Catch you later.